What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Jey Uso shocked the world, shocked the wrestling world by winning the 2025 Royal Rumble, last eliminating John Cena. Now, I was yeeting. I was out because my pick was CM Punk. That's what my pick was. And everybody had picks. And then if it wasn't CM Punk, it was John Cena. That's what I felt as though that's the story that they were going to tell, with John Cena trying to get back number 7, trying to get set number 17 when it came to World Championships. And I'll get to that in a second. But then Jey wins, and then all of a sudden, online, the hate for Jey Uso winning, calling this the worst Royal Rumble ever. Me personally, I'm like, hold on. I'm cool with a surprise decision. But you see how 70,000 people or 65,000 people, however you want to call it, was yeeting in that building at one of the biggest Royal Rumbles they ever had, especially at the gate, the biggest that they ever had. The fans are behind Jey Uso. He's over like fuck. His whole interest is over there. I've seen that same thing of people saying that he's only an entrance, right? So let me say my piece about Jey Uso. Is Jey Uso the most, does he have a full bag when it comes to his wrestling? He doesn't. Jey Uso works well in a tag team. You can tell he tag team with, this is King Super Kick over here, And the Usos as a unit have great matches. But then singles, his moveset ain't all there. I get that. He has the worst spear in the business. I get that. But Jey Uso's over. Organically. Because you can't sit here and just say it's because of the bloodline. Jey Uso got over organically. Even when they was doing the whole main event Jey Uso day, which they still doing, but now he about to be in the main event. Now everybody really upset. But he was the right hand man of Roman Reigns, and he was doing the bloodline stuff, and then him having the short fuse with dealing with Sami Zayn, not trusting him. All of that stuff builds up to get people to like Jey Uso, because Jey Uso got over in a way that his brother has not. Jimmy Uso has not gotten over. And especially when Jimmy Uso came back, turned on Jey Uso and went back to Rome and joined the bloodline, and to be just this he was funny, but I hated it. He was dumb. It was a goofball type thing. He was the annoying guy part of that group. That's what it was, and I didn't like that character for Jimmy. It played into his comedy, but I didn't like that character for Jimmy. He didn't get over with that character. And then I can understand people's upset because of the bad match he had at WrestleMania with his brother at 41. I was there, okay? It was WrestleMania 40 at Philly. I was there on that night in that cold. I witnessed the super kick fiasco known as Uso versus Uso. I get it. However, though, Jey Uso is over. And he's very organically, the yeet stuff has taken off to a new level. Now everybody is yeet, and then him doing the raise the roof type thing, or what I can't say raise the roof, that's old school. I'm saying, but the thing that he does with the arms and everything like that, man. Listen, it's gotten over. He did it by himself. Triple H is not telling him to go out there and saying and do that. Look, we do it all the time at parties and stuff like that, man. Okay. So they like Triple H showing the back to go out there and do that. I'll get you over. He just went there and did it. And the fans take to it. It's a remix of the Uso. He has a remix of the Uso theme song that people, I already love the original Uso theme song, but now it's just him. And it was great. When we went to the fan access or whatever, the WWE World, everybody was choosing that. They was choosing Jey Uso. The guy's over. He's very, very over. Then you may say, like, he's just an entrance. Well, there are a lot of guys that were just an entrance. Joe Hendry was just an entrance, and he got over. That's why he's a TNA champion right now. That's part of wrestling. That's part of wrestling, to get behind the sympathetic babyface, and now him. It's not like he's not. Look, he teased it. He's not challenging Cody. They're not going to have him challenge Cody. It's going to be challenge Gunther, because they have been planting the seeds for him versus Gunther weeks ago, and we just ain't pay attention to it. I know I didn't pay attention to it, but he's like, I know I can beat him, and Gunther seems to find himself in these storylines where it's like he's been so dominant throughout the whole year, and then come WrestleMania, like last year, the underdog comes out and just beats Gunther, so he can just, have that story. And that's what it's going to be for Jey Uso. And on top of that, I've seen also, this is a step down for Gunther. Gunther can have a good match with anybody. He can have a good match with anybody. And even at Saturday Night's main event, in that 10 minutes, they made you believe at one point that Jey Uso could win that championship. He could win the championship. He really could do it. But not everybody was going to get. But that's how invested fans are with Jey Uso. And he's one of the highest merch sellers. Hell, I just got me a Yeet shirt. I mean, I'm not above not getting some Yeet glasses. Now, I don't know if I'm paying $25 for them, but I'm not above that. I'm very happy for Jey Uso, and I'm happy because John Cena, on the other hand, you got to go back to the candidates, right? There's CM Punk, there was Roman Reigns, there was John Cena. Those are like the favorites to win it. Or even somebody was saying the return of The Rock. The Rock has shown us at Raw on Netflix that The Rock is not doing anything for WrestleMania this year. And if he's coming back at Raw tonight, or if he's going on SmackDown or on Friday like he did last year, come after the Rumble and start some shit, that's different. But as of right now, The Rock ain't doing nothing. It shows no direction that The Rock is doing anything at Mania. At least in the sense of a match. Then you go over to CM Punk. It clearly looks like we're going in a way of a triple threat between CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins at Mania. Maybe. Or one or the other. But that's what it looks like it's going to happen. I don't know if that's the direction going to go in, but then when it comes to John Cena, I'm going to tell you how we get invested. Because John Cena, that was my pick because I wanted him to get number 17 or go for the storyline for get number 17. But Cena doesn't have to win the Rumble. And people got to understand, listen, John Cena of 2025 is not the John Cena of 2015. Hell, he's not even the John Cena of 2019, okay? John Cena is washed right now. Okay? John Cena is just nothing but a cartoon character right now. John Cena is just there having fun. And John Cena is the kind of guy that he says he always did what's best for the company. He wanted to put Jey Uso over. He did that. John Cena is like damn near bigger than a championship. John Cena put Jey Uso over because after he got eliminated, he got back in the ring, gave Jey Uso, he gave him the full endorsement. They're putting the rocket onto him and they send him up his way. It's the same shit they did with Cody at SummerSlam with Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar endorsed him after he had that hard-fought match with him. He's like, this is the guy. That's what you need when you're about to make your new champion, right? So, that's what they're doing with excuse me. That's what they're doing with Jey Uso. And I think it's a lot of unnecessary hate that he's getting his way. Because right now, John Cena can go, he already said at the press conference, is hitting him. So, that's his last Rumble. And that's the image that we got. Jey Uso pushing John Cena out of the Rumble and just being in shock. That's the last image we got to see. And it's a historical moment because Jey Uso was the most like if we was betting on FanDuel right now, Jey Uso be like plus 600. And you would have won some money if you had picked Jey Uso seriously. Because nobody saw that coming. Nobody. I think he gets it's too much unnecessary hate. it really is too much unnecessary hate for Jey Uso because the story fits, and he's going to go to WrestleMania, and he's finally going to beat Gunther and become world champion, and that's what he needs. It's the same thing. I like it with the tag team guys or the guys that's in the group, and they break away from it and they go and do their own thing. Because I was scared, like, are we going to get the Usos back together after Survivor Series and the War Games? Like, Jay was like, no, you're still doing my own thing. It's just me. And I like that. Like, no, bro, just because I'm helping y'all out because y'all family. But, yo, I'm still not going to be cool with how everything happens. So, it's just going to be me. And Jey Uso to go out there and win the World Heavyweight, he deserves that. He did everything he needed to do. He elevated himself and got himself over, even more ways than Jimmy Uso has. You know, and I'm like, and Gunther's going to bring him to a good match. Now, granted, is it going to main event night one? Because it's a night one match. Y'all know this. Because it's most likely going to be Cena and Cody at the Elimination Chamber. But it's going to be on night one. And honestly, I want to see a yeet crazy WrestleMania entrance. What rapper is Jey Uso going to come out there with? All that stuff. I want it all for Jey Uso.